Hello, guys. Good evening. This is August 21st. Another episode of our daily trade recaps and teachings by Ripster. Excuse me. So, guys, the first thing that I want to say today is because today was the day where we really nailed our preparation, nailed the trend day. There was a bit of pullback, but we managed and we really nailed all the plays today. And the reason I stress today was, because when we have a choppy days like last Thursday or Friday, when we were not really having good winners, it's easy to get frustrated on those days and make some bad decisions on such days. And then when I continuously emphasize that we should save our funds for a day like today, and that's what happened today. Tesla, NVDA, the biggest trades of the day. I mean, really good all day trades on Tesla and NVIDIA. I will show how we nailed today. And then there was Microsoft, PANW, bunch of other trades which were really good. A plus setups which worked for us for a nice profitable day for the whole community. So we'll go one by one, see how we did the trades, what were my calls, what was I trading, what were the ideas we shared. You will see step by step the timestamps of all our trades right now, how we made it a winning day. But as usual, I will go through what was our pre-market prep, what were our pre-market levels, then we'll see how our levels panned out, then we will talk about all the plays, and then there's a special teaching today that I'm going to talk about is the sectors, how to focus on a sector strength and how to focus on that particular sector on the various trades. So let's look at the levels from this morning, what we had charted and how did it pan out. For SPY, we had upper resistance at 438.76 and 439 area. As you see, it was a resistance whole day, and that level worked perfectly because there was no confirmation to long until that level broke out. And if you shorted with that level for the 10 a.m. reversal, that was a nice fade. And then what was my lower level? 437.50. Then it broke that, and then there was a nice 1 point pullback under that level, and then it regained the same level. EMA Clouds 512 EMA regained, and then regained that bullish level again, and then it pushed
phase.
and then it finally broke out of that level of 439 for some push into the close. So these levels were clean. The price action was not clean in the morning, but I will show you how
VEDU.
we traded that with our EMA Clouds and um, EMA, not EMA Clouds, how we traded it with VIX, and we will see how this move worked with the VIX. I mean, I can just cover it right now. So as you see, the VIX was fading on 18. I talk about it every day. So VIX faded 18, and we saw that reversal, and then over EMA Clouds and reversal. So the levels, EMA Clouds, VIX strategy was good enough. So personally, I was not doing any big trades on SPY today. My focus was Tesla and NVIDIA, which I'll show you. But let's look at the QQ level. So QQ level, what was the level? 359.40, 359.40 right here. And you see pushed from the pre-market breakout, right here, which we traded long. This breakout we did trade long in QQQ, and then it pulled back. This was the area. If anybody who looked at my levels and then they used this area for reversal of EMA Clouds, traded nicely on this reversal of Nasdaq. So level was clear and level worked perfectly. Now let's look at how did the Meta levels pan out. So Meta, we had support at 279 and 281.90. So 281.90. So 281.90 level of support worked out perfectly. Meta pushed, held the EMA Cloud all day trend into 290, the resistance level. So there were some pivots at 285, 285.70. Right here was the pivot, right? 285, 285.70. It broke over that pivot and ran. So simple levels were easy. There was a risk level here, and then you could have traded it. So Meta levels worked out perfectly here. let's look at AMD levels. So AMD levels were 105.90 and 104. Where did it bounce? Right? So these levels were given in the morning, right around that 105.90. So remember, support is never a point, it's an area. So that's how you have to manage with your mental stops. You don't need to enter here. When it starts bouncing, then you know this is my level. And then you put the stops here, and then you can add more over EMA Cloud, then you hold it. Right? And also AMD was with the semiconductors, then I will show you how we traded it. So AMD levels also worked perfectly. I'm not going to cover this Microsoft and Tesla levels here because they were about different trades. I will talk about that where I talked about those levels. NVIDIA, I mean, it was 440 was a clear risk to long, and I will talk about NVIDIA when I show you the trade. So these were our levels in the morning. We did our full analysis, what news, what stocks had news, PNW had news, Tesla had news, NVIDIA had news. So all of them had news. AVGO of another trade of all of those news, and we had them in our watch list. If you see, our watch list was ready. So we reviewed everything, all the, I use different news sources, everything. I compile them. I look at the volume, I look at the news, and we are ready for the morning trades. So, I looked at NVIDIA, Palo Alto, REGN. This one I missed. Today was a big miss, but it was on our watch list. AVGO. So everything you see, we don't miss anything because we come up early in the pre-market. We know what we are going to focus on, and you take whoever is interested to trade whatever he wants, we can focus on. I can't trade everything, right? But I share my views on everything that we are trading. So with everyone, the big thing to note today was there were two big sectors: cybersecurity and semiconductor. So what did I say? ZS and CrowdStrike gapping in sympathy with the PANW cybersecurity bucket. Then I also talked about NVIDIA, SMCI, AMD, AVGO, SMH. Semiconductors can all move if NVIDIA stays strong into the earnings. Right? So that's how we nailed all the semiconductors. All of them, my personal trades were big on the semiconductors. We talked about Apple. Apple is the only trade which kind of chopped in the morning. So I tried a little trade in the morning. It chopped me. I stepped away because there were better setups than Apple going on there. Right at open, we had already talked about Tesla. I was on the pre-market voice. I said if it holds the EMA clouds, we will be long bias. As soon as market opened, even Win, one of our senior traders, gave us a 218 level as well. For me, it was this EMA cloud level. You see where the wick is. That's where you add, hold it, add more into pre-market breakout, and in just first half an hour, we almost had a $8 move on Tesla. So that's why we take profit here, and we took the profits here. Then I will show you how we also took the dips, right? So we'll talk about that. So we were talking about the support. I gave the support 220, 218. So clear levels of risking. If you added anywhere here, you risked $2, you made $6. That's one risk to 3 reward trade, right? So PNW as well was one of our main plays. I said add on EMA cloud pullback or PM high breakout. So what did it do? Right, PM high breakout. So that's why you long. So Tesla, PNW, both main plays there. This was another play, was on my watch list for short, faded all day. I was not focused on it. I did not enter, but it did fade all day. Bearish buys for a bounce into EMA clouds. I said don't chase, don't get squeezed, but it faded all day. So that worked as well. So as soon as market opens, our price alert started going in. So first thing I took was PNW. The calls were spready, so I said long bias, you can take the short. And then we were long on ZS and CrowdStrike, smaller sizes, because PNW was the main play. So that was the main play at the open. There was the big move there. Held 3450 EMA clouds. These two names will still be in the play tomorrow, ZS and CrowdStrike. So NVIDIA I took long. Right at 934 I said I took long NVIDIA. You clearly see. So NVIDIA I took long here, and then the whole day big move for us on NVIDIA. I also took AMD long. right here at the open I was scalping, and then as you know it, we always take profits into 10 a.m. That's my golden rule. That's what I tell everyone. Scale out, take profits, and then come back again. And when it was, we were already profitable by 10 a.m. on most of these trades, even if we stopped out on some of them. So as I showed you, the level held, so people traded that level. So AMD was good. QQQ SPY was good long scalps into, good for long scalps into 10 a.m. I said that at 9:34. QQQ and SPY into 10 a.m. Look how much the move was on 10 a.m. right? My personal trade was QQQ. SPY was rejecting the pre-market highs. That was my commentary. So that's why it faded this, but QQQ was nice. So then let's look at PANW. So my PNW was, my target was 245, right? The target was 245. We hit 243.40, pulled back to 512 EMA Clouds, and then we met our target. So PN met our target. Even if you waited for pullback, even then this was a nice trade there. Now AVGO, right, is 6 minutes into open. That was my another idea that I said we should long, and AVGO right at open, it's kept pushing from where I mentioned it, moved to 852, pulled back to 512 EMA, held the trend and gave us a nice trade. So you see there are ideas that you have to trade, right? So so let's see what else I was looking off. QQQ, as I said, I was taking some off into 10 a.m. PNAW as well, we were taking an off. And Tesla, my guide was pre-market high breakout. So SMCI was another trade I took in the open, but it gave nicely and I took some off. Then it was breaking under 34.50. I stopped out. Only thing was I did not re-enter back in, but I know some of you did trade it back in, and then it was also a good win. All these plays were semiconductor and the two sectors, semiconductors and cybersecurity buckets. So let's look the detail how our all day guidance was. So if you see, like 57% of people traded Tesla. That was the best play for everyone. As you see, Tesla was a big mover, right? And then I also gave a pullback area. I clearly defined the pullback areas, 225, 223 pullback levels. Our senior trader Win was right there guiding everybody. What is the reason? VWAP, what's going on? Explaining. You see this range 225 level held, right? Under it was 34.50 EMA, and then nice reversal, and then all day another great trade. I'm already holding some, and then added back, and then I also said I'm swinging. I was swinging overnight on the Tesla. Let's see. So let's see. Yeah. So I'm swinging some Tesla and NVIDIA from the profit, only the profit, because I don't want to risk too much. I want to risk from the profit money, especially in the calls. So NVIDIA and Tesla are still going for us. So NVIDIA and Tesla are still going. You can see this breakout here was this breakout, which I called as round bottom breakout. You can see. So my target is tomorrow. I was all-time highs into this force. I think my target was 271, 273, and then 277. We'll see how it opens tomorrow. But NVIDIA was all-day guidance for us. Big winner. And I also talked about how you can trade ETF. So what was the setup on ETF? Let me show you. So if you cannot trade the particular stock, you can trade that ETF. SMH is a semiconductor ETF. Really pushed hard on you see this pattern. This is a downtrend channel breakout. This is called a channel breakout. And as you see, beautiful channel breakout. And even after many people took it after I shared the idea, and it worked out nicely, right? So I shared the idea 150, 16, and it went to 150, 130. So there's always a reasoning, right? I want to explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing. I'm trying to help. If you cannot trade NVIDIA, then you have to trade. You can trade these ETFs as well. So as you see, going to hold last piece NVIDIA, let it work. broken money, so yeah. So NVIDIA next target is 458. Nothing to show here. Whole day guidance on NVIDIA. It was beautiful all day NVIDIA for us. That was great. So let's look at AMD. So AMD was I was scalping long. Then we already talked about how it pulled back to our level. It's how you manage the trade. You have the guidance, you have the risk levels. You just need to have a good entry. Scale out on the first big move at 10 a.m. If you are still interested in the stock, look for a basing. And remember, all this happened because VIX faded from 18. Same concept again and again and again. Every day I show you VIX from 18 and SPY QQ bounced, and that's it, right? So that's how you stick with your long trades. So let's see. SMCI, my target was 255, but when it was breaking down, I got out, and I should have taken it back, but at the end of the day it did meet my target. Again, semiconductor play. So another play that I'm swinging today was BABA, that I started the BABA starter, not a big size. I started the starter, it was pulling back, I gave the stops 87.80. Why? Because this was the level, the low candle 87.80. That's why I was given the stops, and it held our stops, right? It held our stops, and now I'm swinging it. We'll see what it does. I just like it because it's on the gap on 1 hour chart. So BABA was decent there for us, but another good idea that worked midday was Microsoft. So let's see. So you see, I shared this setup on Microsoft downtrend channel. I even shared it on Twitter. Downtrend channel trying to reverse, and guess what? Nice push, Microsoft. So Microsoft still good, can add pullbacks versus EMA Clouds. And EMA Clouds. So Microsoft was my favorite because of this setup that we are looking at right here. Simple setup, beautiful trade, dipped on the pullbacks, reclaimed EMA Clouds, just pure beautiful move. No second guessing here, just nicely. Biggest trade for me was the Tesla and NVIDIA, but I still did good on Microsoft, so that's nice. A lot of people banked on, so people banked on Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, PNW. Oh yeah, so there was J&J short. So J&J was on my pre-market watch list, as you see. I discussed on the voice. I was bearish bias on J&J. On J&J was my bearish bias. Good short under pre-market lows and under pre-market clouds, right? And then the target was 166.70, and it did meet my target 166, right? And then there was a great call by Singh, who shared his option flows on J&J, which he saw the flow, which gave more conviction. So everybody nailed that. As target was approaching, I was guiding them to cover, and once you see this big candle there, and you have to start covering, and even our covers were clutch, right? So cover some short here, right here. That's where I said cover, and then look at how it bounced back to 34.50 EMA. So that's also about where you exit, right? You need to know the candle patterns which tell you the reversal is coming, and you need to start covering or start taking profit. So J&J is a good example of that today. I already talked about the other play that was bearish bias all day. I missed it, but the idea worked nicely. All from pre-market prep, guys. I'm there up 1 hour trying to prep the place for everyone. And most people are done by 10 a.m. and then go away. And then, I'm guiding a whole day. I'm on Twitter and in the community trying to help everyone. So kind of worked as well. I talked about Novavax today because I like that it was 11. I even shared on Twitter. I will see what it does tomorrow. Although it did ramp once when I shared it, even after that it did run up like 10-15% from there. So I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Not a main play today, but we'll watch. So what else? Yeah, posted some swing charts, posted some bio charts. We'll take a look at it today. Yeah, and you see my price alerts are always there. Always, they always tell me what's happening. You know, it's at the key levels. It's the key levels when they start to break out, right? So Tesla, I was guiding about the 230 breakout. So yeah, ZM, we looked at the chart. Yep, Netflix 400 cycle level. Another great lesson, guys. I talk about this every time. So Netflix 400. Why did it bounce from 400? Psychological level. You see the bounce, you put your stops under it because you know 400 is such a strong level, and look at it, 8 points. This is my teaching that I talk about every day, nothing new. This was again recap of our Tesla trades, you know. So yeah, we missed few trades today. REGN was a miss today, all-time high breakout. Marna was a miss today, but you don't have to trade everything, right? But I do want to share more ideas so people get more options to trade. But there are definitely few ideas which were moving today, right? So you see Meta from the 285, so the level I mentioned, 285 resistance pivot, how it worked out, perfect. All right, guys. So yeah, so guys, so today, oh yeah, AVGO. So let's see what AVGO did for us. AVGO. At AVGO, I said watch pullbacks and all that trend, you know, still strong from the morning idea. So the point is, guys, you have to identify what is the news, what is the sector doing, right? I'm putting up all this stuff in the morning here and on Twitter just so that we know what is going on, what are we going to trade, what's the reason. So the moment I clearly said semiconductors can all move because of NVIDIA, and that's what happened. So that's how we nailed all the semiconductors. You know, we scalp traded our ZS CrowdStrike, which are still on our watch just because PNW was strong. So I said today is close to a perfect day. We had a good preparation, we had a good plays, we nailed our 10 a.m. trades, we nailed our reversals on Tesla, AMD all day. So I think it was a good execution today. Even in the room, I did not see many people like losing or because they executed, and that's what I want to see everybody learn. And if you have been watching my recaps, I'm sure you are improving. So anyways, guys, that's the wrap for today. If you want to trade with us, trade in our community of really good traders and share ideas, feel free to join. The link is in description. Always looking for good traders, not for someone who wants to get overnight rich, but good traders who want to contribute, share ideas, trade together, learn, educate, and keep growing. All right, guys, thank you so much. See you tomorrow.